So we're gonna do a bit of a harder question for arithmetic series, and this question in particular goes something like this. The words of it say, in an arithmetic sequence, the second term is 4 times the fifth term. So we can write this as an equation by saying that u2 is 4 times as big as the fifth term, right? And then it says that the sum of the first 10 terms is minus 20. So sum of the first 10 is minus 20. Find the first term, so they're asking us to find u1 and find the common difference, find d. And these are the only two clues they give us. So we need to use the equations that we have for this topic. I'll write them both over here so that we have them handy. We have that un equals u1 plus n minus 1d, right? That's a general un term. And we have that the sum of n is equal to n over 2 times u1 plus un. And the last one is another different expression for Sn, which is n over 2 u1 plus n minus 1d. So those are our equations for arithmetic series, and how we're going to use them to figure out what u1 and ud is. Well, since this is change color, since this is u2 and this is u5, right? It makes sense to use the formula for un for those two terms with the linking of the 4, and there we're going to get an equation that gives us a bunch of information. So the idea is to relate things to one another so that at the end we can start to eliminate variables and find the things that we're looking for. So if I write the general expression for u2, it would be u1 plus d, right? Because n minus 1 would be 2 minus 1, which is 1. So u1 plus d, that's the expression for u2. Should be equal to 4 times u5, right? And u5 is u1 plus n minus 1, which is 5 minus 1, which is 4d. So this, what I've done here is I've just this equation over here, right? This guy. I've written it out here in terms of u1 and d. So here we have two variables already, u1 and d, and which are what I'm being asked for, but I cannot solve it because there's two things I don't know, and I need another equation. So let me tidy up this first, and then we can look at another equation. u1 plus d is equal to 4u1 plus 16d. If I multiply that out, and let me put everything on the one side, and we can say that 0 is equal to 4u1 minus u1 is 3u1, and 4d, 16d minus d is 15d. So these relate like that. I can put them on different sides. If we want, we can say that minus 3u1 equals 15d, and that therefore if I divide both sides by 3, I get that u1, well, divide by minus 3, I get it's equal to minus 5d. So here I have a very easy, simple link between u1 and d. So that's already really useful. This is a bit like solving, well, it's exactly like solving simultaneous equations, right? We have one equation here now, and we kind of used that relationship already. We're not going to be able to squeeze much more, anything more from there. So let's look at the next one. Sum to 10 is minus 20. So which of these two equations should we use? Well, since we don't know what u1 is, right? So they're actually the same. Like you can put here un or here to this. If you do this, it's actually going to mean that you need one more step. Well, if you take, actually, this is minus 20 directly. This is just minus 20. So that's probably faster than writing this one down. So let's do that one then. Sn is minus 20. So the sum to 10 is minus 20. So this guy here is minus 20. Sorry, I'm getting confused there. We don't know n, we don't know u1, and we don't know the last term, right? We don't know this guy. So actually, I think it's better to use this equation here because it's all in u1 and d's, which is what we're trying to find out. So I think that this one would be better than this one. Hopefully that makes sense and I haven't confused you. Sorry for the hesitation. And so here, there are certain moments where it's worth like lifting your head up and then thinking, hey, which equation should I be using? And that's where the real practice comes in, I think. So let's see, Sn, we know that it is minus 20. Sn is minus 20. Oh, S10, right? And so 10, n for this particular sum is 10. So n over 2 is going to be 10 over 2, which is 5, times 2u1, which we still don't know what it is. And then since n is 20, then n minus 1 is going to be 19. Sorry, n is 10. N is 10, so n minus 1 is going to be 9 times d. And here we have our other equation. So we multiply this out, and we have 10u1 plus 45d. That is all equal to minus 20. And so now we have another equation with the two letters u1 and d. And what we can do is we can substitute here u1 into there. So we write minus 20 is equal to 10 times u1, which is minus 5d, plus 45d. We go down a little bit. So this looks like it's only an equation in one variable, which is what we wanted. Should be able to now solve it. Minus 50d plus 45d. If we 45d, if we do minus 50 plus 45, we get minus 5d. Right, and here we have something negative equals something negative, so we can multiply both sides by -1 to make them both positive, and then 20 over 5 is equal to 4, and that's equal to our common difference. So we finished that part, and now if we put the d4 into here, we get that u1 is actually minus 20. So let's see if this makes sense. Let's see if we write the series, if it makes sense. If u1 is minus 20, let me do that over here. If u1 is minus 20 and the difference is 4, then that goes to minus 16, then that goes to minus 12, minus 8, minus 4, 0, 4, 8, 12, 16, etc. How many terms do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if we look at what the question told us at the beginning, which was that u2 is 4 times as big as u5, let's see if that makes sense. u2 is minus 16, and u5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minus 4. So is that true that u5 is 4 times as big as u1? Yeah, 4 times that is minus 16. So that's, we've just checked that we got that right. Just a way of checking that we've done the rest of the question well. And the next one is that the sum to 10 is minus 20. Well, if you sum these first 10 terms that I've written down, what's going to happen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you add them, well, minus 4 is going to cancel with the 4, the 8 is going to cancel with the minus 8, the 12 with the minus 12, because you're adding them all, right? Minus 16 is going to cancel with 16, and you're left with an answer of minus 20. So the sum to 10 is actually also minus 20. That's also right. So we've done the question correctly. And on the book for this particular question, the answer was not right. They answered a totally different question. So don't worry if it didn't look like that. And that's it. This is one of the more tricky kind of questions that you can get for arithmetic sequences series. And it's well worth practicing. Okay, I'll see you in the next video.